U.S. East and Gulf Coast dock workers began a strike on Tuesday, halting the flow of about half the nation's ocean shipping after negotiations for a new labor contract broke. The strike blocks everything from food to automobile shipments across dozens of ports. As St. Lucia's largest trading partner, the U.S. port strike could have major implications for the country if protracted, says Commerce Minister Emma Hippolyte. Prolonged delays of cargo shipments may lead to shortages of essential goods.
There are certain items like rice, flour, and sugar that we have to get. We get it, at least part of it, from the region. Might not impact it in that way simply because we might have to use different means of bringing them in terms of private boats to go to Guyana and things like that, and Brazil and so on. But there are other items on the shelf that definitely comes through that U.S. Miami corridor, and it's going to impact us if it's on. So I really pray that the matter is resolved. There are certain items that, because of weight, might be able to come through air. There are definitely some bulk items that we'll have to rely through containers. And if it doesn't come through this corridor, then we will have to sort of look at other ways to ship it to St. Lucia.
There are concerns among members of the St. Lucia Chamber of Commerce, Industry and Agriculture, especially those in the shipping business, says Executive Director Brian Louisi.
They operate out of the Port of Miami, and so there may be delays, extensive delays. We don't know how long the delays are, depending on how long the strikes are. Delays in people shipping out of Miami, as the dock workers may not be able to, will not be moving some of their goods. We are fortunate that we have some members who operate out of private ports that will not be affected. So it's a mixed bag, and we don't want to preach gloom and doom.
The situation in the U.S. highlights the country's heavy reliance on imports, says the Commerce Minister. There are concerns about how a drawn-out strike could impact inflation, possibly driving up prices of goods and services.
When we speak of high prices here, we always have brought to the attention of the public that the bulk of it is outside the control of local government. We have taken the steps as local government to do, as we see internationally prices increase. As a government, we have taken the steps to remove the service charge, to put some items on price control, to remove VAT on some items. These are all steps taken by our government to try to minimize the increase in prices across the spectrum of goods, food, building material.
In addition to supply chain disruptions, the dock workers' strike also affects the island's exports. Currently, CMOS is St. Lucia's primary export, with the U.S. being a key market.
It might provide us with an opportunity to refocus ourselves on what we've been trying to do, is to add value to the CMOS right here. So when one door closes, others open, but it will definitely impact our CMOS farmers in a big way. Also, it would impact some of our other farmers that are shipping goods to the U.S. We're just trying to ensure that we just got markets for dasheen and some of these things. Some of them go through the U.S. corridors.
The business community is currently gauging the potential impact. The executive director of the Chamber of Commerce, however, remains hopeful that businesses will not be significantly affected.
We have some members who do not operate out of the Port of Miami, they operate out of private ports. So we have to look at the extent of the degree of that, how many of the members, what percentage will be affected. So you may find that the persons who are operating out of private ports may not be affected at all, and that may thus give us a break, as we may not feel the impact of delayed, of not being able to get goods, not being able to get goods on a timely basis. We think that members and the business community have adjusted quite a bit ever since COVID, where they have tried to build in resilience in their operations, and hopefully they have diversified the import markets where they are importing from. And so we hope that that will mitigate any possible impacts.
The Commerce Ministry, meanwhile, is assessing the inventory of goods at its warehouse in anticipation of a potential long-term strike. Minister Hippolyte has also advised businesses to take stock of their goods and is encouraging consumers to buy local. For the DBS News World, I am Zane Romulus.